Welcome to a sunny little experiment with nature, color and creativity. In this video, I'll show you how to create beautiful sun prints using turmeric, stencils, natural materials and everyday objects. It's beginner friendly, easy to try, and I'll also share the unique papers I created along the way. Hi friends, and welcome back to a new video. Today in my outdoor studio in my garden. Today I want to dye papers with you with a new technique with turmeric, and I'm really excited because I'm hoping to get a beautiful yellow color, and I've never tried it before, so it's the first time and you're basically live. So yeah, let's try it. Oh my gosh, it is so windy today. I hope everything's okay with the sound. Let's start. So for the mixture with which you want to dye your papers, you need turmeric and alcohol. I want to use this one and I'm really hoping that this works. I have no idea. And for the turmeric, I'm using this powder. So I'm trying to get a ratio of 4 parts or 4 units of alcohol and 1 unit or part of this turmeric. So this is 1 part of the powder. I think this is way too much. Let's put some of it back into the paper bag. I think that's okay. So as you can see, this is 1 part. Oh, I have the turmeric already everywhere. 1 part. And then I'm using this alcohol. So 1, 2, 3, maybe just a little bit more. Then give it a good mix. Okay, I think I'm going to add a little bit more. This is really dark at the moment. This should be enough. I'm not a big fan of measuring anything, so I think it's okay if you even eyeball it. Then of course you need your papers. So make sure you have something underneath. I have this thicker cardboard, or you just use some cloth or any kind of underpaper. I think since this is the first try, I'm really excited how it turns out with the normal white paper. This is mixed media paper, I think 160 GSM. I will try to link it down for you in the description box. And I have to put these stones here because of the massive wind that we have today. So the first step is to coat this paper with 1 layer of this mixture here. I'm using a normal cheap brush here. I will do this with the other papers.
No!
Okay, maybe you should even wear gloves. The next step is that you want to let it dry for approximately 1, 2, 3 minutes, layering the... Oh no! Okay, I'm back again. So you let it dry a little bit, and then you want to rub off these sandy bits here from the turmeric. Now we want to place the stencils on top of it to get a print. So let's move to the grass. Okay, I'm in the sun now with the papers, and at first I want to put this stencil that I bought recently onto one of those. Then I have buttons. I have this doily here. And finally, I want to add those leaves and these flowers. You now have to leave the papers in the sun for, I guess, approximately 1.5 hours. So basically, you just have to make sure that what you layer on top has directly contact to the paper, so that there is no space in between. It has to lay pretty flat on the paper so that you get a nice print. So I'm super excited how this is going to turn out. In the meantime, while this is printing, I will make some more papers. So, a quick update. These are my hands. I don't know if you can see that, but they are totally, completely yellow. So make sure that you use gloves when you do the thing with the turmeric. And another important thing, it is so windy at the moment, or today, so I had to secure every paper with stones, several stones, and the masks and the stencils and the printing objects on top, you have to secure them as well. So I think it is better if you do that on a day where you have no storm. And it is super important that you don't move the objects while the print is in process, you know. So it's approximately 1 hour later, and I think we can remove the items. Let's take a peek. Ooh! Here it is, the print. So I think I'm going to remove all the objects from the papers. So look at those fun prints. I can already tell, oh my gosh, I can already tell some of them are so gorgeous and some of them didn't turn out as well as I expected, but that's okay because I knew that I was experimenting. But let's at first finish this before we go through all the papers. Isn't that beautiful? So for the last step, you need a little bit of warm water, so this is approximately 400 milliliters because I have this tub here. Oh, I nearly forgot. We also need baking soda. And I think for this 400 milliliters, I am going to use about 1.5 approximately, or 2 tablespoons. Let's add a little bit more water. And now we have to wash the papers in this water. And that way the colors get even more intense. I mean, can you already see that? How bright the yellow is. And because of the baking soda, it even gets a little bit more orange. I mean, I can already see in the camera it is more orange than it is in reality. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that. On this paper you can't see no print at all. Oh, no, that's not true. I just wanted to say you can't see no print at all, but that's not true. A little bit here you can see the stencil. This was a paper that was already dyed with coffee, and I didn't expect the print to come out. Wow. So I will do this with all the other papers, and I will then let the papers dry, and then I will show you the final results. So the baking soda in the water made that the yellow turned orangey and nearly brown. As you can see, it is still so windy here. This is the back side. This has a reddish shade nearly, and this is a book page, as you can see. The book page is pretty thick, so on the back side there was no sunlight, and you can't have a print when there is no sunlight. So you only have the print on this thicker paper on the on the side that is facing up. And here you can see a mask. Excuse my fingernails, but this is because of the turmeric. Yes. This was a stencil or a mask, and these were some paper clips. And yeah, the print at first was really, really light, and I thought that didn't work on this paper. But you know, when it was exposed in the sunlight and after the bath in the baking soda solution, I received this result. That's so much fun, isn't it? And those are where the stones were. I love this. Those were the buttons. And as you can see, those circles here were also buttons. You can see the holes here, but they were kind of like translucent. So the sunlight could get through the buttons, and those were opaque. So here you have the print, and here you have a, you know, much lighter pink. No, not pink, print, I wanted to say. So this was the mixed media paper, and this is again the back side. Again the mixed media paper. And here's some wooden, you know, those how do you call them? Wäscheklammern in German. Stones again. Then here a very, very subtle print of a mask here on a atlas page. The stones again. And the back side. And this is, I guess, one of my favorite prints. Those were the flowers and the leaves. So adorable, isn't it? Again, some fun buttons. Another stencil. Again, this was very, very light, and I didn't expect any print, but yeah, it's pretty dark now. And this one I love so much. Again, a stencil, and here another one. And you can tell here from the darker spots on the stencil where the darker spots here are, there is acrylic paint on the stencil. So I didn't clean it properly. And yeah, so the sunlight couldn't get through the spots where the acrylic is on the stencil. And now they are darker here and lighter here. Isn't that beautiful? I was not sure if I could, if the sunlight would go through the whole fabric, the whole doily, you know what I mean? Or if I would get those darker areas. This is another favorite one. A doily again, and the clothespins. Again on this mixed media paper. This again is a surprise. This was a paper, this is normal copy paper, and it was already dyed with coffee, and I even think a little bit of rust water. I don't know. And those are so much fun. Yeah, and the book page from the beginning. So the lesson that I learned is, I think I'm going to use less turmeric and less baking soda the next time, because I initially wanted to have lighter yellow prints, and those are now orangey brownish. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And yeah, I'm not I'm not the biggest fan of orange brown, but I like the outcome. You know what I mean? But I just want to have it in a little bit more yellowish shade. So finally I decided to scan those prints where I don't have copyright issues. I will upload them in my Ko-fi shop, so you can check out the link down in the description box and grab a copy of them. I mean, a digital copy, of course. I hope you had fun watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, for commenting, and I hope I can see you soon in my next video. Bye!